Good evening and welcome to the Business Coach, a show in which you out to help entrepreneurs better their businesses. My name is Ian Dennis, and tonight we have quite an interesting show lined up because we're going to be exploring the world of innovations. And as you can see, I'm just holding one of the main drones, actually the first drone made here in Kenya by Kenyans. And it's quite interesting and quite fascinating as to how technology has advanced in a particular part of the world. On the first half of the show, I'm going to be having a conversation with Ritter, who's the first licensed female pilot, drone pilot in Kenya, who's going to be sharing with me the journey behind SwiftLab Limited, which is actually pioneering this particular space of drones here in Kenya. And after the break, we're going to be having a conversation with Eric of Malipo, who are a fintech company, also just pioneering how exactly go about our finances. Quite an interesting episode lined up, ladies and gentlemen. So welcome to the show. So quite excited about this particular show tonight because I'll be exploring the world of technology, and what better way to start off this particular show than this particular conversation with Ritter, the COO of SwiftLab Limited, who are out to revolutionize drone technology. Quite excited to actually meeting you.
It's a pleasure, Ian. Thank you for having us.
I'm told you're the first licensed female drone pilot in Kenya.
Yes, that's very true. I was licensed last year and I went for my training in Malawi for a very special program where we were taught on drone design, build and operations of drones.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So just take me through, I'm just quite fascinated by this. Where did your interest come about? Is it your background in terms of what exactly you studied? How did this come about?
Yeah, so my interest in drones began in my undergraduate studies, so where I studied aeronautical engineering here in Kenya, and for my final project I actually did a drone design. So that's where I got into the field of drones, and I've worked in the field for the last 3 years before getting started and before founding this company, SwiftLab. So under this, the main aim is to actually build something that is much bigger than what we've seen in Africa, because Africa has always been exporting the technology from other countries and bringing the operations here. So the idea is to build the technology here and provide more opportunities for the Africans.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And we seem, as you've mentioned, Africa mostly, we always import most of the innovations and most of the technologies from outside the West. But here we're trying to build it by our own particular, our hands, because we all have the landed people like you yourself. Maybe just behind us, I can see there's a drone. Maybe just take me through. This is one of the drones that you've actually designed.
Yes. So we have designed every single part of the drone, which is very unique. There's no single part that is similar to the next. So fully designed, we did that last year. Then we've been building the drones from this year, and the drone can be able to carry 4 kgs of payload. So we are looking to deliver medical supplies, for example, vaccines, blood, and other urgent medical supplies in remote areas. It can do a delivery of up to 70 kilometers of range. So that means we can cover...
From here to Naivasha?
Yes, from... yeah, if you were to think about it, from Nairobi to Naivasha. Yeah. But our target areas is the remote areas of Africa. So in Kenya, we'll be looking at areas like Turkana, Samburu regions, where there are vast amounts of land and there is very poor infrastructure, road infrastructure, so drones actually create more value in such areas.
Interesting. And something quite interesting, I know in the aviation sector there's a lot of regulations that are put into place, mostly in terms of flying drones. And one of the interesting things when you're having these conversations, you guys are like one of the guys who have been licensed to actually develop and even fly drones. How exactly does that feel?
It's
pioneering this particular field.
It's a very exciting moment for us. It's actually a very big achievement that we've made. And first, I have to congratulate the Kenya Civil Aviation Authority, because they have really worked hard to ensure that the drone regulations were published. That was done last year, and now this has opened up the space for more opportunities from different people in the world, so coming here to Kenya to invest in the drone technology. So, and now with our certification, it means that we are open to do commercial drone activities, and this will mean more growth for our company.
Interesting. And as SwiftLab, I know the direction you're taking is very different, because for us in the film world, you know that drones are literally for cinematography, but your intent is very different. As you had mentioned earlier on, you're targeting specific areas. What exactly are some of the services that you're working towards offering? What's it called, some of the drones that you're actually developing and building?
Okay, so the main objective of our drone services is first to solve the lack of good access to healthcare, especially in remote areas. We've seen that in Africa there's very poor road infrastructure, and that requires a lot of billions of dollars of investment to be made just to make sure that people actually receive good healthcare. So, but with drones, we can be able to leapfrog through very many years and provide the good healthcare for people.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And just take me through. We have a drone behind us. Is it all built here in Kenya? Is it assembled in Kenya? Just take me through the minds within Swift Lab. What exactly everyone needs to do there?
Okay. So yeah, it's fully designed and built by engineers, by local engineers. So this is a very proud moment for all of us because we believe in the power of local manufacturing and bringing the technology here as it creates more employment opportunities for young people, and also it ensures that the ecosystem continues expanding, and we bring even more people into the drone technology.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And at Swift Lab, how many engineers or how many brains are behind this? How many engineers have actually taken part in building this?
Yeah, so the team is quite young. We are a team of 10 engineers. All of them are aerospace engineers, and it is founded by a team of 3. So we have my co-founder who's the CEO, we have another co-founder who's the CTO, and myself who's the CEO. Yeah.
Interesting. And just in this particular journey, because you guys are pioneering this particular technology within our space in terms of also its usage and just building through it, how tough, how has the journey been?
It's quite an experience, a challenging experience that we have found ways to work through it. As you can tell, there are issues about regulations that you have to meet, but we've gladly gone past that. There's also the high cost of the technology, and that means that we need enough funding to ensure that we continue building and operating our drones. For many startups in Africa, funding is a big challenge, and it's even a bigger challenge when it's a hardware startup, because you actually need the funds to build and to buy the hardware. So that's one of the things that we are looking at the moment as a company.
Interesting. And maybe just come to a close, because this particular episode is primarily around innovations in Africa, innovations in Kenya. In terms of the ecosystem within Kenya, in terms of embracing new technology, how exactly have you guys found it when you've built it and trying to looking for market for it? How exactly has it been in the market? Have people embraced it? What exactly some of the feedback you're getting?
That's a good question. I would say that the innovation market is much better than most of the African countries, but we still have a long way to go in terms of making, in terms of the ease of doing business, and in terms of starting a business, because I believe that Kenyans are very innovative and they easily embrace innovation, but the hurdles that are currently there are limiting to very many innovators in Kenya in terms of innovation, and I believe that Kenyans are very innovative, and maybe that's why even our innovation ecosystem is thriving, but we still have a long way to go. And as a company, we have received a lot of accolades out there, and there are very many people and organizations who are willing to work with us. For example, we have interested companies here in Kenya, in South Africa, Nigeria, and even Europe, who are willing to buy our technology. So that's an affirmative action or an encouraging position for us to be in, and encourage us to continue working on this product.
Interesting. And
Yeah.
just finally, as SwiftLab trying to be one of the pioneers within this particular space, what does the future look like?
I believe the future looks very bright on our side. I believe that the drone technology will continue getting more affordable, and that means that the adoption will even increase, and more sectors and more industries in the economy will start using the drones. So this means that it will create even more employment, and it will also open up more opportunities for more people. So going forward, I believe that as a company, as a drone manufacturing company, that, you know, the future can only get better. Yeah.
Interesting. Wishing you all the best, and hopefully the next time you can actually come here, get the opportunity, because you told me because you're in town you can't fly it today.
Yes. Yes.
But we'll just share with us how exactly the experience is, and I'm wishing you all the best.
Thank you very much.
All right, so wishing you all the best in your quest. So hopefully the next time you can actually get to fly this. Yes, outside Nairobi. He told me we're still within a commercial environment, so you can fly it. But next time, all right. So on that particular note, you're going to take a short commercial break, but after the break, I'm going to be having a conversation with Eric of Malipo, who's trying to revolutionize the fintech world by some of the solutions they're going to offer. So don't touch that dial, and you're going to be finding out some of the interesting innovation that's happening within our particular ecosystem.